Hey fam, what's good? What's happening? It's your man, Coach Will Bill, coming at you, taking off my sticker. I went to a conference tonight. It was Freedom Conference. So, anyway, Freedom is like a 12-week course, and if your church offers it or you can get access to it, I really encourage you to take a part of it. And it ends with a conference. So, we're talking about Messianic Jews in the book of Hebrews, and we're talking coming out of a complete Jewish Bible. Just want to say thank you. Welcome for joining. Welcome. Thank you for joining. But more importantly, thank you for your faithfulness to God to get his word in between your ears. Great job. Since you're listening, I encourage you to do it twice, right? Because sometimes we multitask and our brain wander. Man, you don't have to listen to me twice. You can listen to any of my teammates, my partners, Street Side, Felicia and Jordan and Deanna, or the twins, Tierra, Sierra. You can even get man Siri. And I say, hey, compare, mix them up, and see if both parties say the same exact thing, or if there's any difference. The second thing you want to do is pray. Ask God, hey, God, will you reveal to me what it is that you wanted me to get out of that word? And the third thing you want to do is be on Great Commission. Be faithful to share this link on all your social media. So many people that are starving, hungry, hurting, man, and you don't suffer and you don't know about it. Their social media make them look like they're doing great, but that ain't what's real. So, all right. Why do we jump over to Hebrews? Because we just got finished with Deuteronomy. And Deuteronomy lays down a lot of law, and a lot of the Messianic Jews at that time certainly or came from Judaism background, so they knew the law. So I was like, hey man, since the law is fresh, we just read it, let's jump over to Messianic Jews, Hebrews, and see if man we can jive up. I know when I read Hebrews the first time or two, I didn't have that background, so I didn't really, I understood that they operate under the law, but it just wasn't so hammered and clear after doing Joshua and Deuteronomy back to back. So, all right, without further ado, let's jump right on into this. It says, chapter 5, verse 1, for every Kohen Gadol, that's chief priest, taken from among men, is appointed to act on people's behalf with regard to things concerning God. Excuse me. To offer gifts and sacrifices for sins. He can deal gently with the ignorant and with those who go astray, since he too is subject to weakness. Look at that. It's built in right there, man. Look, we know no man is perfect. No man is going to get it right, no matter what preacher they think they claim to be. Also, because of this weakness, he is to offer sacrifices for his own sins. How about that? Don't be too pious, bro. You got problems too. As well as those of the people. And no one takes this honor upon himself. Rather, he is called by God just as Aaron was. Aaron is Aaron. So how about that? No one takes his honor upon himself. So to me, that sounds like, man, I mean, don't run around and give yourself titles. I'm the prophet. I'm the apostle. I'm the bishop. Look, let other people give you them titles. My title is servant of God. It's like Apostle Paul. So neither did the Messiah glorify himself to become Kohen Gadol. Rather, it was the one who said to him, you are my son. Today I have become your father. Also, he says in another place, you are a Kohen forever, to be compared with Malachi Zedek. Yeah. Jesus didn't run around and call himself, man, titles. I can't call him ever call himself a title. Son of God, son of man. During Yeshua's life, during Yeshua's life on earth, he offered prayers and petitions, crying aloud and shedding tears to the one who had the power to deliver him from death. And he was heard because of his godliness. Even though he was the son, he learned obedience through his suffering. And after he had been brought to the goal, he became the source of eternal deliverance to all who obey him, since he'd been proclaimed by God as Kohen Gadol to be compared with Melchizedek. Who's Melchizedek? See? Yeah, you can listen to someone else's version and see what they say instead of Melchizedek. Wish I had my other Bible on my desk so I'd pull it up and check it out. Verse 11, we have much to say about this subject, but it is hard to explain because you have become sluggish in understanding. For although by this time you ought to be teachers, you need someone to teach you. How about that? You ought to be teachers, need someone. So look, man, that's people sitting in the church for years, just languishing, hanging, not growing, just checking the boxes literally. Well, this is what we do. This is my habit. You're not doing nothing, man. You ought to be teachers. You've been there for years. You ought to be teachers, serving in multiple ministries, teaching. Tithing shouldn't even be a concern or question. But instead, you need someone to teach you. And the very first principles of God's word all over again. Let me read that. For although by this time you ought to be teachers, you need someone to teach you the very first principles of God's word all over again. You need milk, not solid food. There it is, fam. There it is. Anyone who has to drink milk is still a baby without experiencing and applying the word about righteousness. Applying the word. How about that? Apply. So, man, the word should change our lives. We should image and mimic the word. I mean, not pretend that I don't cuss, not pretend that I don't drink a beer. No, 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 no. But let that transformation start happening. Invite it to happen. Ask it to happen. Verse 14, but solid food is for the mature, whose faculties have been trained by continuous exercise to distinguish good from evil. Bang, fam. Train. He's saying it takes some work, it takes some discipline. We got to turn off certain junk on the radio. Why? Because it's just feeding us, man. Diddy produced it. All right, well, Diddy ain't produced 90%. But, man, them jokers under the same demonic spirits. Watch what you watching on TV. Why? Same reason. Look, you watch TV now, man, you got more gay scenes. Kissing and graphic. I seen one, the Chai. I cruising, my wife was watching it. And the lady pulled out a fake penis, man, sexual device, man. There's a nickname for it. I ain't gonna use it here. She pulled it out. It was on the TV screen. I'm like, what is going on? Of course, she was with another woman. Man, you getting, man, rated X gay scene on TV. You can't even get a rated X hetero scene. Shouldn't be watching porn no way, but dog, you gonna slap. So at any rate, I'm just saying, man, you gotta be, he says right there, you gotta train yourself. Train yourself, man, not to listen to gossip. Look, man, you gotta develop certain phrases and words, and man, isolate you. Your friend of gossip, got to develop phrases and isolate, to create distance and space, and just let them know. But at any rate, those are some of the things. That chapter is over. I just wanted to kick that to you. Bless you. Good night. Bendiga Baruch. Shalom. Peace.